or even the naval war between Russia and USA have become an important technology, the telecommunication part. And also probably the most important and approachable space is the war between Ukraine and also Russia. This part is very important because we are witnessing the first cases where we are knowing how is preventing the same foundation of I'm talking to you about the use of disabilitation of satellites to telecommunications using this same study. So, the spectrum drones, as I'm talking about, will function as well as visuals that will exploit the quality and versatility of the same drones. So, being optimistic, it is very easy to understand the theory of a signal jammer. A signal jammer are not complex devices to achieve, and also are pretty easy their duty to finish the topic about the telecommunication system. This will attack the flow of a specific area information, and at this point, the spectrum drone make their entry. This spectrum drone will be part of the telecommunication infrastructure of the this will be part of the telecommunication infrastructure of the smart campus. Using a signal repair, the drones will be using their versatility qualities to exploit all the areas that have the campus, for example. These inhibitors will make a signal between the area of the campus, and the drones will be making a testing in all the areas around all of them. So, this will give a priority to information of the organization about where and which are the telecommunication devices that are taking an attack to the infrastructure of the university. Also, it will provide any type of environment, such as enterprises, even the telecommunications that we have in our city, to have a layer of protection against the cyber attacks that take place in physical spaces. This is very important because these physical spaces have been something that we developing year by year about the use of these technologies. The flow of data is something very important to us as engineers. As all of we know, the constant flow of data, it means a feedback about the operational logistics that we have in a price, for example. So, doesn't have or could that flow of data means also a catastrophic environment, well, even a price could be break out just by the single act that we doesn't have the texting emails or even your call message. So, in the activities of the organization, we see how such a way the spectrum drones intend to function as an initiative that allows us to take a step in this process of cybersecurity. In the first instance of the application of these spectrum drones will work as a testing device for the areas with the highest network traffic with the campus of the Free University. This will be a first step to know how we can develop these kind of technologies that just qualify as a moving object and able us to take a step with this cybersecurity process. Just to finish, I'm quoting a phrase of J. Sander that says that the danger awareness is already half of the safety and the salvation. Thank you very much. Now my partners are going to present to you the part of the blockchain technologies.
Well, we are going to talk about voting systems that we have think. So to start, I want to make you a question. Has anyone ever heard about corruption in Colombia? You can just raise your hand if you have.
Obvio, sí, fácil. La levantaría, pero tengo la prueba.
Well, there's a lot of people, and it's very often to know this. So, in January of this year, Colombia had 39 points out of 100 in the corruption perception index. That, to clarify, an index of 100 means that the country is considered as transparent, and an index of 0 means that the country is considered as very corrupt. So 39 points is closer to 0. So that's what we have. Also, Colombia ranked 91 among the 180 countries evaluated. So we are in the average of the countries that are very corrupt. So that's it. We have to think how we are doing with our country.
It is logical to think that corruption explodes in our spheres politics, and we would all feel a sense of panic when that someone alters, manipulates, or softens the votes of Colombians. In view of this, we propose an efficient, secure, and complete voting system. Our idea is to develop a blockchain-based voting software that can be easily implemented in polling stations.
But what is blockchain? Well, blockchain is a public and electronic ledger that can be shared openly and also creates an impossible to alter record of its transactions. So his philosophy is based on two concepts: to be decentralized and to be distributed. Blockchain stores its blocks on multiple nodes that are located around the world, and keeps an up-to-date copy of all the transactions that make very difficult to pull all the nodes at once. Blockchain also uses consensus and encryption algorithms that blockchain uses consensus and encryption algorithms to approve transactions in which the majority of the nodes or the validators have to agree to approve the transaction. So transactions often use 256-bit hash functions to summarize the transactions, and it offers extra security against attackers and collisions. Now we want to talk about two short success stories in Colombia related with projects that are using blockchain. The first is related with National Event Agency. Since 2019, this agency launched a project that will implement a solution to ensure the traceability and management of the documentation, and also the support of the documents of the adjudication process.
Okay, so the Office of the Attorney General of the Nation, together with the National University of Colombia, is developing an alternative that raises the levels of transparency. Interworking of contracts and minimizing case of corruption meets a school training program. So, for our project, it is necessary to implement security factors to ensure that the person who votes and who they say they are. The system must be able to store transactions with the identity document, retina biometrics or fingerprint, along with facial recognition. In addition, the system will be able to update the information of the people and write down certain information
regarding whether the person has suffered an accident can prevent stem wrong identification with any method.
So what will the person do once he's standing in front of this voting systems? Well, once the person is authenticated in our voting systems, a screen with the candidates is displayed, and they only have to choose a candidate of his favorite candidate. Well, each vote is stored in a public registry that blockchain provides, and it's a registry that can only be seen by anyone. But we can only watch the vote, but not the voter. And obviously, we also think about voting stations and general statistics of the voting process.
How do we plan to start? First, development of the application will be carried out with layered architecture and the chain of blocks that will support it. Then it will investigate how to implement the biometric factors in the application. The deployment will be about in brief at the university once the application meets the criteria agreed with the developers. And there are student representative votes.
Okay, so we doesn't have anything else to say than thank you for your witness. This is a pretty hard process to us and taking account of this in our life.